It is Health Talk Day, and I'm here at the studio ready to talk about what an empowered nervous system looks like. And so, there are some core characteristics when it comes to an empowered nervous system. So, let's run through them really quick. But if you want the full deep dive, then I recommend that you show up to my next Empowered Health Talk, Empowered Nervous System Health Talk, and we can go deeper because I love this information. I love learning about the fact that my body is this magical gateway when it comes to optimizing health and wellness and overall life effectiveness. Like, let's be better at life. Like, I want to wake up every single day super stoked and pumped knowing that my body is this beautiful opportunity to share more of me, my magic, into the world, because that's purpose. That's gift giving. That's what we're here to experience and do. So there's more to life than meets the eye. So I'm just going to give you some highlights. And like I said, show up to the next thing. So, core characteristics of an empowered nervous system. First, we're going to start off with a quote from Dr. Bruce Lipton, a fabulous researcher and scientist, especially in the world of epigenetics. And I'm sure you've heard of him. If not, go to his Facebook or his YouTube or whatever. He is a fun old man who is doing incredible work. So the brain and the nervous systems must interpret environmental stimuli and send signals to the cells, which then integrate and regulate life-sustaining functions of the body, organs to support survival in that perceived environment. Your nervous system is the interface to the world that you live in. It is the interface to the internal functioning of your body. We want to make sure that that is working so good that your clarity is the norm. And so with that, when we have a nervous system that is empowered, we can definitely know that we are moving in the right direction. So the first thing for an empowered nervous system is that you are going to have accurate threat perception. And so this is when a system can actually distinguish between actual danger, emotional discomfort, novelty, and uncertainty. So what this does is it helps us prevent chronic overactivation, right? That anxiety, hypervigilance, or that shutdown feeling, right? We're freezing, we're collapsing, we are like not engaging with life. So accurate threat perception is a big deal. The next thing is flexible state of shifting. So an empowered nervous system can move fluidly between states. If we stay stuck in one state for too long, it's like a stagnant pond. After a while, that pond water is gross. Like, we want to make sure that there is an inlet and an outlet and that there's gentle flow happening. And so activation is needed activation when action is needed. So rest and repair when activity is complete. Social engagement when connection is available. We want to make sure that no single state dominates. Like, you're not always going to be connected in ease. You are not always going to be in polarity. At least you shouldn't be. There should be this fluidity to the experience, not getting stuck. There's efficient recovery. So after stress or exertion, the system then is able to go back to its baseline without prolonged tension. So these markers include muscles release after effort, your heart rate variability recovers, and your breathing naturally deepens and your attention widens again, right? So that's moving between parasympathetic and sympathetic. There is that efficient recovery. So if the threat is gone, we want to make sure that the body knows that the threat is gone. And a lot of people are stuck in threat mode. So then there's also coherent body-brain communication. So the signals traveling clearly between the brain and the body. Body cells, brain cells, communicating well. And so with clear signals, the brain and the organs, sensory input and motor responses, emotion and cognition, all this reduces internal conflict, somatic symptoms, and emotional overwhelm. We want our bodies to be communicating well. We all know how that game of telephone works. Once we start and end, it's not the same message. That's a problem if it's happening in your body. And then the last thing is that there's energy availability. The body has access to usable energy rather than conserving it for perceived threats. You want to have access to your vital life force and it not always be bracing for the next thing to come around the corner. So this actually will show up as sustained focus, physical vitality, emotional resilience, and motivation without forcing. So we want to make sure that you have the energy you need for the good things to happen, for you to show up in the world with more ease and more availability, but also know that your body can go back and forth between those states. And so ultimately, an empowered nervous system is one that can meet stress, mobilize effectively, and return to safety without getting stuck. So, where are you at with all of that? Do you feel like you have an empowered nervous system or not? And if you think that there's some work to be done in any of those categories, let me know. Book a consultation with me. Let's sit down and have a really good conversation about where you're at and where there's room for improvement. This is our body. This is our life. And we really do get to choose how well we take care of it. We get to choose our personal responsibility around it and making sure that we are doing the work because nobody else is doing the work for us. So if you're not doing the work, you don't get to complain down the line. And with that, I send you so much love.